characteristics of the applicant, without regard for their racial makeup. Scientist Max Planck tried to save Haber's institution. Planck appealed directly to Hitler, trying to convince him that forcing valuable Jews to leave would hurt Germany. Hitler apparently flew into a rage. Nazi policy left no room for exceptions, not even for the man who had arguably contributed more to Germany's might during World War I than anyone else. Einstein, who had been traveling when the Nazis came to power and declared he wouldn't return to Germany, put it this way in a letter to Haber: "I can imagine your inner conflicts. It is somewhat like having to abandon a theory on which you have worked your whole life. It's not the same for me, as I never believed in it in the least." Einstein put it more delicately in a letter to Haber's son after Haber's death. It was the tragedy of the German Jew, the tragedy of unrequited love. Haber tried his entire life to be the perfect German. Despite his religious conversion, despite one of the greatest scientific discoveries of all time, despite his attempt to save his country, the only thing that mattered, in the end, was that he was Jewish. He summed up his feelings in a letter to the prominent German chemist Richard Willstatter. "I am bitter as never before, and the feeling that this is unbearable increases by the day." As if it couldn't be worse, Haber found himself in a dire financial situation. Hyperinflation after World War I had diminished the value of his royalties from his ammonia patents. He also had to financially support his second wife after their divorce. The global financial crisis of 1929 ate away what was left of his finances. He desperately searched for a way out of his precarious situation. A former foe actually came to his rescue. British chemist William Pope worked on the development of gas warfare for the British and offered Haber a temporary position at the University of Cambridge. But by then, Haber's health had worsened. He eventually left England to seek treatment at a sanatorium in Switzerland. He got as far as Basel when his heart failed. On the night of January 29, 1934, Fritz Haber died. He was 65 years old. Haber had requested to his son Hermann that this be written on his gravestone: "In war and peace, as long as it was granted him, a servant of his homeland." Hermann refused his father's wishes. He also refused to attend his father's memorial service, believing he couldn't be honored in the country that had rejected him. Scientist Max Planck courageously organized a service in Berlin on the one-year anniversary of Haber's death, despite intimidation by the Nazis, who ordered state employees to stay away. Many of the scientist's wives bravely attended. The great industrialist Karl Bosch was also there. He owed his career to Haber. The Haber-Bosch process led to the stunning growth of Bosch's company BASF, which later merged with other chemical companies to form the conglomerate IG Farben, which the Americans seized after World War II. Although Haber tried to distance himself from his Jewish heritage nearly his whole life, in his final days, he seemed to have a change of heart. He struck up a friendship with the Zionist Chaim Weizmann, who fought to establish the State of Israel. Haber lamented to Weizmann, "I was one of the mightiest men in Germany. At the end of my life, I find myself a bankrupt. When I am gone and forgotten, your work will stand, a shining monument in the long history of our people." Despite his significant contribution to the field of chemistry, there is no statue of Fritz Haber in Germany or anywhere. The only place that bears his name is the institute he once led. The Kaiser Wilhelm Institute was renamed the Fritz Haber Institute of the Max Planck Society in 1953. One of the institute's directors explained that the name is a reminder that science can be used as a tool for good and also as a tool for evil. Despite the controversy surrounding Fritz Haber, his contributions to science have left a lasting impact on the world. If you'd like to develop your skills in science, I highly recommend Brilliant.org, a website and app where you can brush up on your STEM skills. My viewers enjoy Brilliant's scientific thinking course, where you can solve puzzles interactively and build up the skills for making breakthroughs in any scientific field. Brilliant offers courses in a wide range of STEM subjects, including computer science, data science, and math. Their content is structured in a way where you can dive deeper into advanced topics as you progress, giving you an edge in your career. I personally use Brilliant to help boost my critical thinking skills through their logic puzzles. If you ever get stuck, you can view the explanation to see where you went wrong. Brilliant is free to try out for 30 days if you head to the custom link in my description, brilliant.org/newsthink, and the first 200 people who sign up using my link will get 20% off Brilliant's premium subscription, which gives you access to their thousands of offerings. Thanks for watching. I'm Cindy Palm.